You are all on the path to enlightenment. And if you're brand new to this and you didn't really know much about it, but most of you are, you're very spiritually inclined people. And yet, when you're spiritually inclined and you're, even if you're like further, you're more awake and you're a bhakti and you meditate every day, for those of you that are really on the path, you're more sensitive. You are more sensitive to the world consciousness. And this is a gift and not such a gift. One of those Zen things. Because you're sensitive, you can feel more of what people are feeling. And that, if you're not careful, can be like when I talk about the sea of unlimited consciousness, it can sort of take you into a place where you feel like you want to go and save everybody, but you can't swim yet. And if you're not a really strong swimmer and you can swim through the riptides, you don't do that, because otherwise you will find yourself engulfed in the collective fear at the moment, the collective consciousness, and you don't want to do that. You want to be able to be right where you are, right here, right now. We are one together in the divine presence where there are no limitations and everything is possible. So it is very, very crucial at this time for you to do all the things that you're being told to do. Wash your hands, have the hand sanitizer with you when you go out, if you go out to do shopping, and to not get so caught up. I mean, don't do stupid things and go and hug and hold hands and everything. Because if you're not a strong enough swimmer, you don't want to get caught up into that consciousness. And the thing is, there have been things happening on this planet for millennia. It is a planet that we come to as a soul to learn lessons and to become free, to become enlightened, to allow that kundalini to awaken, to have that rush of light through you every moment, waving down through you, for you to be of service to others. So until you know that you're a really strong swimmer, don't do anything foolish, but do allow yourself to be guided by the divine to inspire others. If there's some things that you can do online, or start a prayer thing, or meditate with others, but not in person, or just call someone, just call people and just say, how you doing? You're doing fine, and just sort of uplift them. Maybe send an email out with something positive that the Buddha said, or just know that they are fine, that there is someone who's there with them. Because the moment you can think of them and see them smiling, this is a very powerful prayer. You actually are having this light transmitted to you, so you will have more power within you to make things happen with your prayer. One of the most powerful prayers you can do is to see your loved ones that you can't be with right now, even the ones you can be with, to see them smiling and happy and healthy, and to feel they're inspired to create. Because what happens when something like this happens in the world is people are more aware. They're more aware, they can feel more. But it's very important that you don't go down a dark tunnel and get too sensitive to what's going on. You do your best to stay as positive as you can. It is absolutely vital at these times that you write a gratitude list, which we're going to do soon. And really write a gratitude list from your heart for the things that you now have and for the things that you want to see happening on this planet, as if it's already happened. It is vital that you do that. So many times I've said this to people and they still don't do it every day. Write your gratitude list. Whatever you think about is created in this world. And if I could get my Affirmation Power book, it's just up on the table, that'd be great. And the Buddha said it 2,500 years ago, didn't he? We create our world through our thoughts. With our thoughts, we create the world. We create our world through the thoughts. So, this is something that if you don't have it, I'm going to, at this time, gift it to you. It's not up there yet, but I'm going to get Trevor to put this up somewhere. I'll explain it to you later, Trevor. But we're going to gift you with the Magic of Affirmation Power, the rewrite of the book, because it's got so much positivity in it. And it's got some downloads of some great audio programs that I've done, like the Magnetic Creative Visualization Program, and some audio books I've done that I'm going to add to give to you at this time for free, so that you can bombard your consciousness with positivity, particularly just before you go to sleep. Write down what you're grateful for. Listen to one of the audio books that I've done about, the science of being great, the science of being rich. And I'm not saying to do this to be selfish. This is the opposite of selfish, because when you're uplifted and you can see your loved ones uplifted, you can visualize them uplifted, that assists everyone in your neighborhood, everyone in your town, if you live in a town. I don't. It assists you in so many ways. It is mind-blowing, and in ways that you will never, ever know about, because that is the greatest and, the greatest magnificent obsession. The book that was written, The Magnificent Obsession, is about giving without anyone knowing about it. To do something that you know that you can do, that isn't stupid, that isn't like, it's not Daniel. You're not Daniel unless your name is Daniel, but I didn't see a Daniel on here. You're not going into a lion's den where the lions have not been fed for a month. It's like, I don't think so. On you, Christian soldier. Oh, we're going to get eaten. Oh, well. I'll just, No. We want you to stay alive and healthy and be sensible, but at the same time know that what you do right now can reinvent not just your own life, but the world. So what I'm going to recommend that you do while you're held up at home, for those that are, is that you do whatever you can, first of all, to inspire yourself. Like they say when you're on an airplane, you don't put the oxygen mask on the child first. You put it on yourself first, then the child. The child's got much higher chance of living that way. Better to live and become enlightened, and then you can be free and free other people. So it's important that you be grateful right now, and that you do whatever you can to reinvent yourself. But the first and most important thing is for your consciousness to be in an attitude of gratitude. It sounds like an oldie, but I'm telling you, these things are not to be taken like just the attitude of gratitude, to be taken by heart, because it works. It works so tremendously. And as you're going to do that right now, we're going to go into some more topics to really assist you to uplift yourself and to look at different ways. Let's let you focus on different ways you can have more income, multiple streams of income, how you can find maybe a new purpose in your life, maybe even a new career. We're going to go deeply into mysticism, karma, and a lot of things, because I want you to be focusing on that right now, because that is what's going to help this planet. Not to be caught up in the bubble of fear, but to be out of that bubble of fear and to be above it. It's a vibration, you see, it's a frequency. To be vibrating at a frequency that's beyond that Maya that's going on right now. That is how you will assist people. I love what the Italians are doing. They can't leave, and so they're out on their balconies singing opera. I love it. I love it so much. We're going to do some affirmation songs together to uplift you, whatever I'm guided to do, whatever I can possibly do with God through me today to uplift you and to have you never ever go back down again in oscillation. And so that after, you'll see that this wouldn't be something that's the worst thing that's ever happened. It could be the best thing that's happened on the planet. It could be something that makes people more aware, that shifts consciousness, that makes people become less isolated, in fact. Even though you might think you're isolated because you've got to stay in your homes, you can become less isolated. The webcams have sold out apparently online, but I'm sure with your type of consciousness you can attract one in the mail, like I attracted the extra equipment that I needed that wasn't working, that's working now perfectly. And then you may feel isolated, but you're not isolated. Contact people. Don't let yourself feel like, oh, I'm aware. Don't watch negative movies or documentaries. Don't watch all of the, keep yourself informed, but don't go down a rabbit hole from this virus, watching every little bit of news about it. Oh, what happened in 1918? Oh yes, that epidemic, the Spanish flu, but it wasn't really called the Spanish flu, and blah, blah, blah. Look, there are so many people surviving what's going on right now, even the ones who do get it. And we're going to be talking about karma and stuff like that, and it's not something that's a judgmental thing, it's just something that is. Things happen on this planet, but you are immortal consciousness. Nobody ever dies. But we're going to do things to keep your mind focused on what you can do with your life, so that the rest of your life, once you can get out of your homes again, is going to be uplifted, different. You ready for this? Everyone in the chat room saying yes? Are they? Are they? No one saying anything? If you do have any questions, just put it in the chat room. All right, so we are now going to get you... Look, those of you who have got the mystical greeting cards, please use them. They're filled with light. These have all been transmitted with light, blessed in other words, so that there's more power when you write in them. Very powerful. Mysticalgreetingcards.com. If you don't have one of our mystical greeting cards, I love this one. Om Mani Padme Hum. He's a happy little Buddha. That's what you want to be looking at every day. A happy little Buddha. He's a skadoodabob. And look at this guy. Congratulations! I can't handle it. I'm so happy I'm out of my skin. Woo! Balloons. Signs everywhere. Yay! When you meditate, happiness happens. Is he happy or what? Or is it a she? I'm so happy because when you meditate, happiness happens. Yes, it does. Ba-ching. If you don't have one of these, just write it down on a piece of paper and maybe type it up later and print it out real big. Write down what you're grateful for and who you're grateful for. Lots and lots and lots of people. Maybe I'm grateful for my mother, grateful that I can breathe, and grateful I'm on the webinar right now, grateful that the light's being transmitted to me. I'm grateful that I am one with God. I am grateful, even if it doesn't matter if you don't believe it or not. I am already that. I am. I am one with omnipotent power. I am one with you, God. Even if you don't feel bhakti and a love for God, call it divine. I love you, divine. Thank you for my life. Thank you for great prosperity in my life. Thank you that my children are healthy and happy. Thank you that this epidemic has now ceased and everyone is fine. Everyone is great. The world has woken up to even greater things. Thank you for my new car if you want a new car. So you write things down that you're grateful for that are actually, you can see, feel, really happening. And you write things down that you want to have happen that happen as if they have. It's always good to put a splatter of that in with what's the truth, because then it all ends up what? Do I hear it? The truth. Hello? So I'm going to be transmitting light to you as you write your gratitude list. Have fun with this. Get into it. And then we're going to do a prayer with your gratitude list, which you'll hold to your heart after you're finished, to help give it even more bing, 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 bing. Okay. Definitely write some people down that you're grateful for as well. See them happy. Let's begin.